Have you ever seen a tree and you watch the branches, the leaves, and they are very, very healthy? How do you see the tree? You consider it a healthy tree. Is that not so? But there is something that is escaping our minds, that the root plays a major role in the beauty or the luxuriantness of that tree. If the root of the tree is not healthy, it will definitely reflect on the stem, on the branches, on the leaves. That is exactly the same way it is in the union of two adults in a marriage. If the root is unhealthy, then every other aspect of their marriage will be affected. Hence, you will see abusive behaviors in the marriage. So that takes me to parenthood. Yes, the parenthood. As parents, we do not know that most times the things we do, they are the things that our children copy. They are the behaviors that they copy, and eventually they will release it to the society. Most of these abusive homes, or maybe husbands or wives that we are seeing today, they are a byproduct of bad parenting that was done 15, 20, 30 years ago. And that is what the community is harvesting today. If nothing is done about this ugly trend will continue. There is still hope for a turnaround. There is still hope for every one of us to join hands together to achieve this peace in our marriages, to condemn brutality in any form on the side of a woman and on the side of a man. How can we do that? I have two ways that I can suggest here. First, we should live by example as parents. We should live by examples. It's not enough to be telling a child, don't do this, don't do that, when you yourself cannot even do it. The child will consider you a hypocrite. You are only good at talking, but you are not good at doing. That child will end up just like you. The child will grow up talking but never doing. So, how do I want my son-in-law to treat my daughter? If I want a good treatment from my son-in-law, then I should treat my husband nicely. I should not be abusive. The same thing on the part of husbands. How do you want your daughters, that's your lovely daughter or your daughters, how do you want them to be treated? You must have spent a lot. Some of you sent your kids to abroad. They have their MBA, they have their PhD. You package them very well. How do you want them to be treated? If you know how you want your future son-in-law to treat that your daughter, you, the husband, treat your wife in the same way. If you know that you will not be happy to be having reports that your daughter was mercilessly beaten, or that your daughter was being beaten with iron. There was one I watched. The man was beating the wife with iron. The man was using his head on the wife's tummy and the chest. Oh my God, I felt it was my own chest. If you know that you will not be happy that another man, after after all you have spent on your daughter, is using belt to flog your own daughter, then stop doing it to your wife. Because whatever the parents of today are sowing is what they are going to reap in few years to come. Just like the parents of 15, 20 years back, what they sowed is what they are reaping today. So put in effort to cultivate love, respect, tolerance, forgiveness in your family. Okay? That is one of the ways. Live by example. Always remember this biblical phrase: whatever a man sows, that he will reap. No matter how long it takes, one will reap whatever he has sown. Remember that the Bible says things in a very simplified form. So when it is written in that way, sometimes we don't know that these words are jam-packed with a lot of meaning, a lot of guidance, a lot of direction. Whatever we sow today is what we're going to reap tomorrow. The time and energy that you, the husband, you, the wife, spend in your career, in making sure that everything is moving on materially, everything that you're always well dressed, we put in a lot of energy in making sure that we are financially well to do. Please put in 10% of that strength in cultivating a home that is peaceful. Okay? Now, my second observation on how we can curtail this ugly trend is by being selective of the kind of entertainments that we use in the home. Entertainment. It may sound somehow, but some people will agree with me that one of the problems that we are having in today's society is the entertainment. Am I saying that entertainment is bad? No. Entertainment is very good. But some kind of entertainment has bastardized the marriage institution because of the roles that are being played there. When these roles are played, we feel we are just watching movies, we feel we are just watching films. But you are doing an automatic rewiring and reprogramming of your behavior and attitudes without your knowing it. The more you expose yourself to watching films where a woman is always shouting on top of her voice on the husband, we start accepting it as a norm. You won't even know when you start doing that because you think it's an acceptable behavior in the society. Our children will be watching same and think that that is how to address a man. That's a form of abuse on the part of a man. There is this one, I saw a woman, she wanted to show the husband that she is very angry. She picked the plate of soup and poured it on top on the husband's face. Oh my God, that's terrible. That's also an abusive treatment on your husband. You know, the way we show our own emotions is different from the way the men show their emotions. Our men, some of them are dying in silence. Some of them are dying in silence. They are crying and weeping in silence. They don't even know who to tell. Or maybe they don't even know how to start or where to start. They end up being cellmates in their homes instead of being soulmates. But the one that will be easily heard is that of a woman. Because the way our nature, God created us, is that we are weaker vessels. We appear weaker strength-wise, okay? But the truth is that there are some people, some women that are very, very brutal. Very, very brutal. In fact, from your daily interaction with them, or maybe if they are your colleagues, you may even be wondering, how is this person, how is a man living with this particular woman? How is that man coping? When you ask yourself that kind of question, it's an evidence of someone who is a brutal personality in her home. And the man may not complain, or maybe he doesn't have anybody to talk to about it. These things are the effect of some kind of entertainment that people are using to entertain themselves. Then on the part of the men, you see men in these particular entertainments, they downplay adultery as if it's nothing. I don't know where this ideology that men are polygamous by nature comes from. Honestly, I have never seen that in the Bible, that men are polygamous by nature. Because all I have seen is that the originator of marriage said there should be no adultery in the marriage, whether it's committed by a man or whether it's committed by a woman. So if any such thing happens, whatever you start seeing later will be the consequences of their bad decision. They may not even know that that's actually where the problem is coming from. When a woman has no trust for the husband, when a woman is always searching the husband's phone, when a woman is always checking where the husband is or who he's not, where he is not, and all that, is a sign that there is no trust in the marriage. And it will bring in a lot of squabbles, a lot of disagreements, petty issues that shouldn't bring problem, will eventually lead to serious problem in the marriages. So all I'm trying to say is that if you and me are interested in having a peaceful marriage, we should go back to the originator of the marriage. It is not the culture that tells us what to do. It is not the human philosophy that instituted the marriage institution. Someone higher than we are, and a perfect being at that, is the one that instituted the marriage. So we should take his guidance if we really want to succeed. Okay? Then remember I said these two things that I'm mentioning. I've mentioned the first one, we parents living by example. And the second one, be selective of your entertainment. Any entertainment that encourages marital brutality or insubordination in marriage, please discard it. It's not necessary. It's spoiling you. It's spoiling your children. Okay? Then another aspect, remember we are talking of whatever we sow, that is what we are going to reap in the future. For us parents, let's not shift our God-given responsibility of training our children to someone else. Don't be quick to push your children to school where you feel they will receive the training. Meanwhile, the God-given responsibility was given solely to you and your wife to train your children. So we can also look in that direction. And when a report is brought to you that your child bullied another child, or that your child behaved indecently, or that your child is violent somewhere, anywhere in the school, anywhere, what is your reaction as a parent? Please punish that child. Make the child understand that that behavior is unacceptable. By so doing, you are helping to breed a generation of responsible husband and wives in the future. If you downplay it, the child will accept it that it's a norm. It is the way of life to insult people, to bully people. What do you think? What kind of husband do you think that child will make of? What kind of wife do you think that child will make of? So you see where it still goes back to the roots. Parenthood. If we don't get it right, then every other thing will be affected. The branches, the stem, the leaves, everything will be affected. So that's my humble submission for today, my lovely viewers. We're still on the issue of the beautiful singer OSINACHI that died from the hands of a brutal marriage, and then so many other people started bringing up their own issues. And in fact, everywhere more or less the social media is charged up with these issues that many people are dying and packaging themselves in the name of being in marriage, and yet people outside don't even know what they're doing. I am trying to say that we can succeed. We can turn around. There is still time to turn around. The way the husband and wife spend money, glamorous decorations for their wedding day. The wife would dress so beautifully, adorned with so many gadgets and so many beautiful things. A lot of spendings on the kind of hall, the cake, the type of cake, the kind of honeymoon they will have. It's all beautiful. But then, spend the same energy, or even 50% of such energy, in making your marriage not to be a violent one, in making your marriage to work, in laying the foundation of your marriage on the true virtues that will make it to work. Money doesn't hold marriage. What holds marriage is love, respect, fear of God, forgiveness. All these virtuous character qualities are the things that will make the marriage to work. Okay, this is gonna be my humble submission for today. I still remain your lovely presenter, Jenny Chichi. I'll be signing off for today. Bye.